Drinks break is done and the ball is thrown to Nicola Carey for the first time. Didn't have a ball against England. West Indies 45 for 2. Both batters on 13. Both teams in action on the 13th. The tournament proper. Here's Carey.
Yeah, it's been a great return for Nicola Carey. Fell out of favour with Australia. Her performances in franchise cricket, especially Mumbai Indians and the WPL and Northern Superchargers in the 100, has found her way back into the international side.
She's bowling to her MI teammate in Hayley Matthews. In fact, Nick Carey's impact at the early part of the season gave MI a problem they haven't had before. They normally had their overseas set in stone. The likes of Natsiva Brunt and Hayley Matthews both were returning from injury, along with Mealy Kerr and Shabnam Ismail. And Nick Carey arguably made a claim to be one of the first names on the team sheet with how well she bowled and batted.
Go Nick, go Nick!
Just showing really the strength in depth and the domestic game in Australia, when a player such as she, who offers so much both with the bat and the ball, and she is very useful in both. Not express pace, but bowls excellent slower balls, brilliant Yorkers, an excellent death bowler.
Catch!
Call is for catch. Long on, puts it down.
Got it, you got it.
Well, they set high standards.
Nice, Nick!
Elise Perry.
Great work, girls! That was moved.
Haven't seen that too often.
Now, a little bit casual, Elise Perry. I think she thought she caught it before she actually had. Back of the hand, slow ball, clubbed away. Maybe just taking her eye off it at the last minute.
Oh! Nice, Nick.
The last person you would have expected to have shelled one, and yet another slower delivery, completely deceiving Deandra Dottin. Just having a look at this one. Oh, there's a little nick on that. Nicola Carey could have had two for.
Well, such is the game. She's had two chances go down. Oh, it's an over that should have given her a lot more. Finishes with 4. 50 comes up for the West Indies. It's 52 for 2.
Yeah, looking to the skies and wondering what may have been. Just sliding this one down the leg side, and all Deandra had to do was just flick it away. Had the pace on it, added a little bit with that right hand coming in. See how close that face is, and how much acceleration she can put on with those quick hands of hers.
That is leg stump. Thank you. Bowling change, right over to you.
Bowler number 7 set to be introduced in over number 8. As Sophie Molyneux keeps everyone on their toes. Georgia Wareham, her leg spin.
Yeah.
Beauty to start. That's a ripper from Wareham. Matthews tried to charge, tried to go back. In the end, she's nowhere, and the ball's on off stump.
Well, Hayley Matthews can't quite believe that this has beaten her. That's pitched outside the leg stump and rattled middle and off. Vicious turn, yeah. That'd beat probably most batters, Hayley. And Georgia Wareham's introduction causes the downfall of the West Indies captain. Hayley Matthews gone for 15 and the West Indies 52 for 3.
Left-hander.
No, Wednesday.
Yeah. Thank you. Stay here. Do you make on the side? Yeah. That's 2 off. Closer to you. That's into.
Well, it's a warm-up game, so
That's
it was
all
a
over to
muted
you.
celebration.
That's
But if you bowl a ball like that in the tournament proper, gee, you'll be pumped. Josiah Claxton is out there. So there'll be a slightly different challenge for the bowlers with a left and right hand combination.
Yep.
Well, the biggest turn-up of the ball in the women's game is Amanda Jade Wellington. Second is Alana King. But check this out from Wareham. And it's the deception as well from someone as good as Hayley Matthews. Anyone who bats from sort of 7 downwards you'd expect, but not one of the world's best, to be flummoxed in that kind of way, and it's an absolute beauty.
Yeah.
I think Wareham was personally satisfied with the ball she bowled. There was perhaps a slight mixed feeling of,
Great stuff here, Wolf.
have I bowled the best ball I'll ever bowl there? And has it been wasted in a warm-up game? And now the googly, to great effect. Gee, she's landing it well and
Nice
she's
ball.
finding some turn.
Oh, she's seeing everything that Wareham has at the moment, bowled perfectly.
I believe there's a comment from the chief selector putting her in the top
So
3
good, Wolf.
spinners.
In Australia.
Poor Alana King at number 4. Appeal, big appeal, but the amount she's getting it to turn, the umpire's noticing that as well. Now they want 2, this will be tricky. In the end, it was perfectly judged. Couple of leg byes to finish. It's 56 for 3.
4 minutes down. 4 minutes down.
Well, you're going to see a ball like that in the tournament proper. You don't want to miss it. And in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2026, broadcast will be beamed far and wide through the subcontinent, over to Australia, Menya region, Middle East and North Africa, the Americas. And Far East to the Pacific, and the Caribbean islands, Central and Latin America, and on ICC.tv everywhere else. Gardner to make that bowler number 8.
Tell you what, you've got to be really used to bowling really short spells if you're an Australian cricketer in the T20 side, especially in a warm-up. As a wide signal, Lucy Hamilton should feel special, as she's the only one who's bowled 2 overs.
Yeah, I think Sophie Molyneux said at the end of the last game, try to find a balance to put people on the spot.
Go, Ash.
How accurate can you be if you're asked to just bowl 1 over?
Great dots here,
T20
Ash.
game.
Do you know what's a really good point? Because you will be, and the pressure will be probably a lot more if you're asked to do that in a specific time of the game.
Yeah.
And it's a difficult skill as well. In T20 cricket, you've got to always be prepared to bowl whenever the captain calls upon you. But there's being prepared, and then also having the plans that you want, the batters that you're going to be facing up to, the fields that you need to set for those specific batters. So actually, I think this is quite a good policy in a warm-up game, to just eke a little bit more pressure onto the bowlers, make them think a nudge more.
And so often, your job in pressure game in the World Cup could be, right, this is an over where I need you to bowl to a left-hander, so I want to bring the off-spinner on.
Nice, Ash.
Might want to mix the pace up, bring a seamer back.
Spin, spin.
Australia have a wealth of options with just the depth of all-rounders that they have.
Oh, God. Sorry.
You're absolutely right. And what you can do in these days of great deal of analysis. Has Alana King almost cleaned up the umpire here?
Good set.
Make sure you stay friendly with umpires. But yeah, just going back to that, you've got all of the information, all of the data available to you, where batters' strengths, weaknesses are, areas they like to hit. And all of that comes into play when you have those huge options that Australia have at their disposal. 9 overs gone, 61 for 3. Right arm seamers, left arm seamers, away swingers, in swingers, leg spinners, left arm spinners, off spinners. So whatever works, and obviously we're only seeing 1 over of them at this moment in time, but come game time,
Bowling change. Right
you
over
can
to
stretch
the
that out a little bit.
Alana King with her second.
Down. Well done, Nick.
Thankfully she gets a second,
Well done,
otherwise
Nick.
Beth Mooney was getting ready to throw the gloves off then.
Well, Annabelle Sutherland's not had a trundle. Talia McGrath's not had a trundle.
Grace Harris. One slight area of indiscipline from Australia. 9th extra, but only into the 10th over, including 3 wides and 2 no balls. Throw in the drop catch of Elise Perry, and normally the energy in the field, even in a warm-up. Short, wide, and dispatched by Doughton.
You're right, King. Next one, mate.
And the threat of Doughton going over the top is always there, and hence why King's just bowling that little bit flatter. The width is there, and it's asking for trouble when you've got no protection on that offside boundary. With the field that King's got, you've got a deep backward square, deep mid wicket, long on, and a long off. Your line is leg stump, middle and leg.
You're right, King. No, 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 no. Well done, King.
A good
A.
response, that's where you want to be as a leggy, and sure, perhaps further motivated by the ball she saw
Doing a great
Wareham
job,
bowl,
King.
Alana King.
I wonder if leg spinners just see that and just go, yeah, I need to reproduce exactly what Wareham's just done.
Yes, yes. Push, 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 push. Well
It's
done,
going to
Ash.
be a push for 2 at least. Called immediately.
Great moving, Ash.
She's been good, Doughton. Hayley Matthews struggled for the time that she was there, but Doughton's by some distance been the most free-flowing
You're
West
right,
Indies
King.
batter
Best
today.
bowler, King.
So what Richa Ghosh could do after facing 20 balls.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
That's gone past cover. Should have been stopped. Ends up being 4.
I've got to tell you, it looked as though the Aussie captain didn't want any part of that one. It was thumped by Doughton. And again, just allowing onto the back foot. And, yeah, walloping it through the offside. And it stays hit when Deandra gets one out the middle. I think she's not done anything, you know, daft or extraordinary, Deandra Doughton, and she'll still score runs.
Actually triggered a change in the field. Now there was a sweeper for that ball, so Doughton eyed the leg side and ends up getting 2. That's a very good over for Deandra Doughton and the West Indies. 13 off. Halfway point of this innings, the West Indies 74 for 3.
Just a bit of impetus for the West Indies in that 10th over, courtesy of Deandra Dottin. Playing really well, 33 off 23. Back to the middle order today. Having opened the batting for the tri-series previously against Pakistan and Ireland, and in the first warm-up game against India as well. Perry's back on, and they might try and get two here. Touch and go, well run. That was like the old classic Dean Jones. The late Dean Jones used to always say, just tap the ball on the head, get it to stop around about the circle, and you should be able to get two.
Yeah, it was perfectly weighted, wasn't it? And these two very quick between the wickets, in particular Deandra Dottin. She's so rapid between the wickets.
Another cutter from Elise Perry. It's amazing, isn't it, really? You don't see Elise Perry bowl too often these days, but you forget how many bowling options this Australia squad have. They could almost field a side of 10 genuine bowlers and not really weak in the batting too much.
Yeah, that's their strength, the amount of all-rounders that they have in their side. I think that's where they've been ahead of everyone in the last 5 or 10 years. They've got so much depth in their batting as well, and almost, you're right, Floydie, anyone can bowl really. 9 bowlers used so far, 8 bowlers used, sorry. Not quick maths there, 8 bowlers used for Australia. And actually just, I think the best thing about it is everyone that comes on does their job as well.
Oh, right on.
And you could chuck in Annabelle Sutherland, Talia McGrath. They've not bowled today as well. That would make 10.
I think they've got a lot of decisions to make. Australia must be even harder to make the calls of who's going to be in that starting 11 because of the star-studded squad that they have. So actually they've always had the competition for places, and you feel that everyone always sticks their hands up as well. So it's some big calls for Australia to make.
And that's why it's important as well for the captain to be in form, because there's so much talent around her. With those reserves waiting in the wings, if she's not doing her job with the ball, then you know she will come under pressure quickly. Started well today though, 1 for 5 off her 1 over. Going down leg side, and it will be a well-run leg by, but it's good over by Perry, just 4 off it. 78 for 3.
Yeah, and actually there's a lot of controversy actually when Sophie Molyneux was made the skipper, because she didn't quite get into that side every single time, but I actually feel that Australia have always been good in trying to make sure they have got the best leader in place, not necessarily the best player, but actually really important to have that leadership to marshal what you such a good squad. You have some big characters in the team, so you need a good leader as well. You know, they could have easily gone for Ashley Gardner as the skipper or Talia McGrath, who was the vice captain, but everything I've heard from Sophie Molyneux from a leadership point of view is fantastic.
Rare bad ball today from Georgia Wareham, taken advantage of by D-Dot. Despairing dive from Alana King, can't prevent the boundary.
Little leg side from Georgia Wareham. You just feel after that ball that she got Hayley Matthews out with, the one that turned sharply, she's probably just looking for that wonder ball again, trying to pitch it on leg stump and turn it to the off stump. She normally, Wareham has to start it outside off because she angles the ball back in.
No.
Good to see her get that turn though. I think Charlie Dagnall was saying earlier, it's Alana King and Amanda Wellington who normally find that turn for Australia, but actually something that she's worked really hard on, slowing her pace, finding a bit of turn.
And the great thing for Australia, this could be an overthrow. the side against it, is that they've got two high-quality leg spinners, but they're both very different. They're not that similar.
Are we done?
So they offer something different. You can play them both if you want, even though it was suggested that Alana King's the fourth choice spinner for Australia by their national selector, despite being the #1 ranked ODI bowler in the world. Q-ender, they come through for one.
Yeah, and they're both very used to bowling in English conditions as well. Both have played a lot in England in the 100. Georgia Wareham down at Welsh Fire, and also Alana King at Trent Rocket. So both of them very familiar to these conditions, and they have got a bit to work with today.
Down early, hit down two, long on, just short. Perry coming in. They're going to come back for two. She had to go for the catch, really. There was always a risk of there being a fumble.
Keep on you, girls.
You only have a split second as a fielder to decide what you're going to do in this situation. She charges forward, but then realises she's probably not going to get there for the catch. So just make sure she gets something on it to stop the boundary.
Catch!
Leading edge. Again, just short. A little bit of luck. Consecutive deliveries for Deandra Dottin. 86 for 3.
2 minutes down after 12. 2 minutes down.
Good job, girls. Keep at it. Who'd you replace? Kingy was at point. Volley was at Cal. Wolf, can you do Cal? Yeah.
That's the situation here in Cardiff in this T20 World Cup warm-up match between the Windies and Australia. West Indies decided to bat first. They've lost the top three. Kiana Joseph, Aaliyah Elaine, and the big one, Ailey Matthews, bowled by an absolute beauty from Georgia Wareham. Drifted in, spun away, hit off stump. It's a long way across. That's clever as well, because there's no fielder down there. Had to go a long way across Claxton to play that shot.
Yeah, that's really good work by Claxton. As you say, Folly, went across her stumps. And when she played the sweep, just see how forward her head gets and how still it is at the point of contact. So she did the initial movement well, but then she focused on what she was doing with the sweep.
And then she gets a short delivery after that, cuts it away very nicely indeed. Back-to-back boundaries for Claxton.
Yeah, just moving laterally in the crease really well here, Claxton. She is a very offside dominant player. She loves hitting through that area, giving herself some room. She actually gave herself a little bit of width there because of the previous ball. She was a little bit brave, went to the leg side, which she doesn't normally favour. And then was able to get a bit of length to work with from Ash Gardner. But this is good from Claxton. Just making sure she doesn't put too much pressure on Deandra Dottin at the other end, keeping the partnership going as a pair.
Oh, it!
What a short one.
Nice, Ash. Good dot.
It was a classic example of one shot leading to the delivery you want the next shot, wasn't it? She put both away. Real smart batting. Deep point's gone out now.
Yeah, we're talking about Australia and how many all-rounders they have. So do the West Indies. They're probably not as established, but you've got Claxton here, Chanel Henry, Glasgow, Zada James as well.
Yeah.
This time she gets it in the gap. What do you think about this pitch? Do you think it's a bit tougher to bat on today, a little bit slower than Monday?
Yeah, it's definitely a little slow. I wouldn't say it's a bad pitch at all. It's had a lot of games on it, so I think the pitch has held up pretty well, but I think it's understandable to see it get slower throughout the day.
Well bowled, Ash. Good length.
Well, they have got a bit of a platform here to launch the West Indies, as long as they keep the wickets in hand. 7 overs to go, 96 for 3.